Hi everyone, Jake here for FMSCOUT, and today we have another great Wonderkid for this Wonderkid to Superstar series. We've got an FM22 Wonderkid here who has bags of potential, which is awesome, but unlike some of the Wonderkids we look at, this guy, you can approach to sign him straight away at the start of your save, no transfer fee, only compensation you'll have to pay. It's not that much for the quality of player you get, and because of the fact that you can approach to sign him straight away, he's going to be available to the majority of you guys, and within a couple of years, he is a top tier beast. So let's get right into it. Hi everybody, Jake here for FMSCOUT, and as I mentioned at the start of the video, today's Wonderkid is not only, as always, a Wonderkid with bags of potential. This guy can be approached to sign at the start of your save. Some people would class it as a free transfer. It's technically not, as you will have to pay compensation, but I mean, compared to some of the deals that you'll have to make for some Wonderkids, this guy is an absolute bargain for the price you can get him for. So without further ado, we're going to get right into it, but I just want to ask you guys, if you enjoyed this kind of content, if you want to just be a legend and help us out, then feel free to hit the like button on the video. It really does help in pushing these videos out to as many people as possible, which is of course great news for us, but also more people get to see this Wonderkid. Comment down below a rating for him out of 10. Let me know if you've used him, let me know what you think of him, and finally, if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe to the channel, and if you want to, check out my channel, link down below. Subscribe there. We've just finished a Newcastle save. We're going to start something new, so eyes peeled. We've got a new series to start with, nothing to catch up on. You can join us for the whole ride, but I'll shut up. Let's get right into looking at this awesome Wonderkid. We are here with Barcelona in Spain, but of course this player is not in Spain. He is in the Eredivisie at AZ Alkmaar. So if I can just type it right and get it, there we go, we've got him. AZ in the Eredivisie. We want to go all players, filter by age, and then we will find at the bottom, not the top apparently, a 15-year-old. Here you go, Jaden Adai. He does start the game injured in the 2 saves that I loaded up. I don't know if that is just random or whether that is the case of just when you start up a save, but Jaden Adai is a 15-year-old Dutch player that, despite a value of anywhere around £5 million, you can just go straight up to him, approach to sign him. If we finalise these promises, negotiate a contract with him. Obviously in Spain you have to have a release clause, so let's say we put this up to £500 million. We can see that it's going to cost us 500 grand in compensation with a potential of another 825,000. So overall that's only going to be 1.3, which is already way underneath his value. So we're going to sort this deal out, bring him over to Barcelona, look at his attributes, look at where we're going to train him to make him a top tier player, show the tactic we're going to use, that kind of thing, and simulate 7 years of this man's career. And he does reach the highest levels, does Jaden. So let's quickly switch him over to Barcelona, and you can see him in the Barcelona side. So, as promised, we have completed the transfer of Jaden Adai to Barcelona, and we are going to force him into this right wing position, which we'll talk about in a second. But here you go, his value has shot through the roof since joining Barcelona. If you want to know his potential range, look in the bottom left of your screen right now. Look away if you don't want to see it. But as always with these Wonderkids, we're not going to show you dud Wonderkids, aren't going to do anything for you. So this one, at the bottom end of his range, if that was his max potential, you're still getting a very good winger for great value. And if it's on the higher end, you're getting one of the world's best wide players. And yeah, I mean, at 15, he's got plenty of room to grow. You can really hone in on whatever attributes you feel you need to improve with Jaden here. Physically is where his best attributes lie already. He's very quick with great pace, agility, acceleration and balance. If they never moved, you'd be perfectly happy with these physical attributes, but I can tell you he does shoot through the roof in these areas later on. But I think they're very good for a player on the wing. One of the key attributes you will need in Football Manager, particularly in the match engine. Mentally, nothing's really standing out like, whoa, that's amazing, but it's good flair, good determination, everything else we can work on, and we will be doing double intensity training, working on the final third to get composure and decision making up to the highest level that we can. Technically is probably his weakest area. He can dribble, he does have good technique, but other than that, he needs a bit of work. We are going to use him as an inside forward on this right hand side on the attack duty, so I'm going to be focusing in later on his finishing. If you wanted him to be an inverted winger, which he seemed to prefer in the simulation that we did, he kept asking for it in his contract to be played there, which I said no to, then obviously you'd upgrade his passing and his crossing to make him most effective in that role. So that is Jaden Adai. He's looking very good, he's got plenty of potential. One thing to note as well, because he is 15, it seems like some of these attributes are randomised. I mean, in both saves I did load, his physicals were very good and everything else is pretty much the same. But in one save, I think his height was 5'5", and in this one, 5'11". Maybe I'm remembering that wrong, but I'm sure that I saw he was a lot smaller than this earlier, but maybe I'm just going crazy. But yeah, that's Jaden Adai. You saw the training we're doing on him. We've got him in a mentoring group with some of the most talented mental players at Barcelona, and we are just using a preset tactic as always. I don't want to use a special tactic. that's going to make him look way better than he should do, that's going to make him overachieve. I don't see the point in that because that's not what you guys will likely do. So it's a preset, nothing's really changed, and we're putting him on the inside forward role and switch the duty to attack so that hopefully he'll get in, score a few more goals and create a few more chances for the side. So that is Jayden Adai. You've seen him, you've seen what he looks like, you've seen his potential, but what you haven't seen is what he looks like when he's developed. So let's see him in 3 years' time, and then we'll jump to 7 years' time and see all his accolades and stuff like that. So Jayden, how are you going to look in 3 years? Okay everyone, here we are, 2024, the end of our third season here at Barcelona, and as we can see, Jayden is absolutely flying with the most goals scored in this year's Barcelona team. Yes, it's not a crazy amount of goals, but we are playing him on the wing and not up front, and that's of course going to limit how many goals he could get. With the attributes you're about to see, I would suggest that you could train him into a striker and be quite effective with the fact that he's so quick, but that's all up to you guys. I'm just going to use him in the position that he is kind of meant for in Football Manager. If you are enjoying the video, don't forget to hit the like button, but here we go. Jayden Adai, only 18 years of age at this point, remember, so try not to judge him too harshly, but valued at £62 million after 3 years of development. I mean, if you have the budget at the start of your save, you've definitely got to go for this guy, approach to sign him, get him into your club, take him off AZ's hands, and you're getting an awesome player. Now classed as a Wonderkid, still 5'11", but it's his physicals that are really standing out to me. The 4 physicals that we saw at 14 earlier, they all had 14 for the attribute number, and now all 17s. He is super quick, super agile, and has great balance. Still only 2.5 star player here at 18, so he's got plenty of room to improve if you want to focus on the star rating a little bit, but again, I'll always say, don't trust the star rating too much. Mentally, he has had a massive improvement. Yes, he's probably still lacking in a few areas like vision, teamwork, etc. But he's got great flair, great determination. His decision-making, composure and anticipation has grown, as you would expect with his mental attributes developing as he gets older. He's now an important player at Barcelona, and his technicals have also gone up a lot. Still a great dribbler, but now he can cross too. He has good first touch, good long shots, good passing, good technique. We've actually focused on his finishing for a couple of years, and it did start fairly low at 6. Again, in another save, I saw it starting at 9, 10, so that might be another randomised attribute. But despite all the focus on his finishing, it doesn't seem like Jayden wants to become the world's best finisher. He's just focused on being the quickest player in the world. And you know what? If that's what he wants to do, that's what he wants to do. I suppose he's going to play to his strengths as opposed to trying to develop his weaknesses out. But in his 3 years at Barca, for a 15-year-old, remember when he started, he has done very well, playing pretty much every match, as of course we forced the assistant manager to use him. And in the first season, he wasn't setting the world alight, but 9 goals, 5 assists and a 6.86. He was just an average player in the Barcelona team, but at 15 years of age, that's nothing to turn your nose up at. Then he started to develop in this second season, hitting 14 goals and 9 assists, 7.04 average match rating, and then he's bettered it this year by an extra 0.1 average match rating and added an extra 3 goals and an extra 2 assists in the same amount of games. Apparently no player of the match awards, which does surprise me, but he is becoming a key player for this Barcelona side, being their highest goal scorer in all competitions this year. Jayden Adai has developed a hell of a lot. Yes, I still think he could make a good striker on advance forward, even if he can't finish, just because of how quick he is, how pacey he is, and he is scoring goals no matter what, which goes to show finishing isn't everything in Football Manager. But he's at a decent level right now. He's not blowing anyone's socks off. Let's see him though, after 7 years at the club, see what he's achieved, see the kind of player he's turned into, and you guys can tell me if he's worth approaching to sign at the start of your save. The answer is yes, he is. Okay everyone, here we are after 7 seasons at Barcelona. Jayden Adai has been overtaken as the top goal scorer at the club, unfortunately, but he does have the most assists now. He's kind of doing everything. Most player of the match awards too for Jayden. You know what, we may as well get looking into him. Barca doing very, very well, winning the league yet again, only just over Real Madrid. Jayden being a key part of that. And look at the player that this boy has become. Only 22 years old now, we had to reject offers from Man City this season, and now PSG have some significant interest in the boy. Considering we didn't pay much in compensation, he has become a great player. I mean, 22 years old. What a superstar this guy is. Physically, he's an absolute animal. 19 agility, 19 balance, 18 pace, 18 acceleration. There is likely no one quicker in this Football Manager simulation than him at this point. Maybe Mbappe or something, I don't know, but strength, stamina, natural fitness, jumping reach, all at a decent level as well to go alongside that just absolute pace merchant of a player. Mentally as well, he's gone through the roof. Anticipation, composure, he's only 22 at this point, remember, are both 17 and 16. Great determination, great flair, and he's ironed out some of his weaknesses, and they're now fairly decent attributes at 13, 12s, 14s in the other mental departments. I think that's very good for a player on that right hand side. His technique has shot up too, which is great. Good passer of the ball now, can take some good long shots, great first touch, great dribbling. Yes, maybe isn't the best shooter in the world, but I think everything else makes up for that. Realistically, in your team, I hope you wouldn't be banking on him for all your goals, but as a creative force who can just burst down the wing and create chances for your guys' sides, as well as contribute up front too, of course, Jadon Adai, there might not be many better when he's at full growth like this. He's played 257 times for Barcelona, scoring 121 goals from the wing. Yeah, I mean, what a superstar he has become. The last 4 seasons, he's really hit it off. He's continually improved season after season by the looks of it. It's never actually got worse. 16 goals, 11 assists here, 24 goals, 11 assists in the year after, 16 goals, 14 assists, then 25 goals, 15 assists this season. So what's that? So that's 40 goal contributions this season, 30 last season, 35 the season before. So he's hitting pretty much a goal contribution a game at this point, and he's only 22. He's going to develop into a real consistent player if we simulated this another 10 years, at which point I could have titled it, you know, Ballon d'Or winner Jadon Adai, a million-time Ballon d'Or winner, but we're not going that far into his career. I definitely think he's worth the pickup, guys. I think if anyone argues that that is the case, I don't know what you're saying. You might notice that he came in for £500,000 here, but his compensation was a little bit more than that. That was because I started this whole simulation, set it up with Barcelona, tried to bring him over, and realised Barcelona didn't have the funds to complete the transfer, so I just used the editor to quickly switch him over for £500,000. But needs must for the video, for the simulation, just to get him in this Barca team, see what he would look like, but he will cost you a couple £100,000 more, which is nothing really for the player that he has become. Let's quickly check his milestones and his awards, see if he won anything in particular. I can't imagine he would have won too much other than obviously Barcelona things and like player of the months and player of the weeks and that. Next gen award, European Golden Boy. I was wrong. He has been winning a fair amount of awards here. Oh, it's nice to see. Vitesse, the team whose shirt I've got on here, if you can see. There you go. We've got a Vitesse player getting the award. A Costa Rican Vitesse striker has got European Golden Boy. That's made me quite happy. It's a team I managed a long time ago in Football Manager, and they've had affinity in my heart since. But yeah, Young Player of the Year in the Spanish League. Under 21's best player. I can guarantee if we had gone on for a few more years, he probably would have won a Ballon d'Or. I say guarantee and then probably, that doesn't really make sense. But he's a Barcelona icon and is well known to fans across the globe. That is Jadon Adai. I'm giving him an 8.5 out of 10. If his finishing was a little bit higher, you know, I'd have to give him all the credit and say he'd be a 9.5, even a 10 kind of player. For the price you can pick him up at, for how good his physicals are, he's producing numbers in game as well. Yeah, what a star this guy is. At 15, you can mould him into whatever kind of player you want. Playing in the Eredivisie as well, he's not in a league that most people won't have loaded. I think most people will, and most people will be able to find Jadon. Superstar, Wonderkid superstar in a literal sense here with Jadon Adai. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit the like button, comment down below what you think of him, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and feel free to check out my channel ahead of our new series, which I'll reveal soon. But I hope you all have a great day, stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.